Hi, welcome to Aalborg in Denmark. Today I take you aboard HDMS Absalon, a multi-role vessel of the Royal Danish Navy. First classified as a flexible support vessel, it was reclassified in 2020 as a frigate, highlighting its multi-role capability. It is set to receive pretty soon a sonar upgrade with a variable depth sonar, and the design also serves as the parent design for the Republic of Singapore's Navy's future MRCV multi-role combat vessel, which are set to become the first full-fledged surface combatants serving as motherships for uncrewed systems. Without further ado, let's get aboard and find out more about Absalon. The CEO of HDMS Absalon, Commander Jensen, took us on an exclusive and in-depth tour. Commander Jensen, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for welcoming us on board HDMS Absalon. Can you please first introduce your ship?
Yes, of course. You're standing on the Absalon-class frigate, one of two in this class we have in Denmark. It's born as a flexible support ship back in 2005 when it was commissioned. And the reason for that, we'll go down and have a look at that, but we have what we call a flex deck, a flexible deck that can be used for a variety of things: vehicles, container positions, accommodations. For quite a few years we were hunting pirates down in Somalia and in the Gulf of Aden, and the flexible deck also there were very, very handy for cells and so on. So you'll see that later. That's why they called it a flexible support ship back then. That was a political decision. Right now things have changed a little bit. It's the same ship, but now we're a frigate, because we are also equipped with system sensors and weapon systems, and the size of the ship does it's a frigate. So now we are an ASW frigate. We are born to be that also, and that's due to the design. We are actually quite quiet in the water. We can make a configuration. So when we are sailing in areas where there are an ASW threat, we can configure the ship to go in there. This ship is 137 meters long and 19 meters wide. We are sitting just about the depth. It's about between 5 and 6 meters, depending how much we have on board. And I have two main engines on board, two rudders, and a bow propel. So it's quite maneuverable actually. And it's quite high, also due to the flex deck. She's also a little bit wind sensitive, you might say. Just a little bit of wind, you have to be very, very careful. And this is the beginning of the flex deck. It is very flexible. See, we have a lot of things, also storage we use it for down here. The container position here is actually used as a command and control center for when we have a CGD staff on board. The total area of the flex deck is around 900 square meters in here, and that's about 240 lane meters. This is standard modules, and they can be used for a variety of things. That's a medical facility. That's accommodation. Also, we train with the Army, and they can get their vehicles on board and their connectivity with their vehicles for communication systems and so on, CIC. That's installed in here. We can have this LCP, the fast boat here.
And you launch the craft via this gantry?
That's the crane, yeah. It goes to the aft, right out, yeah, and then just lower it down. But the primary workhorses here on board is the ribs. We have two ribs on the side. Put them in the water in a quite heavy sea state, but they are open boats, and we can only have 4 packs beside the crew right now, as it is for now. So this is, when the sea state is good, it's faster, yeah, and more comfortable. It's closed, you don't get wet, and it can carry more packs.
Commander, this reminds me, the topic I wanted to discuss with you as well is MRCV, multi-role combat vessel in Singapore. So in your opinion, as the CEO of Absalon, what is the design of Absalon adapted to be turned into a mothership for the crewed and uncrewed system, in your opinion?
I think the Absalon design it's a very flexible design also, and in these days it's important that you can have a platform you can send out in a variety of missions and not only dedicated to some warfare. This ship can put into mission all over the conflict scale. Just you can go into humanitarian operations up to full-scale war, depending what you put on it. And the flex deck can, as you have seen, you can use it for almost everything. So you can have, as you mentioned, Marines on board. Of course, you can have that. You can have a military hospital. So it's very, very flexible, the system. You can put a lot of small crafts in here. You can carry helicopters and so on. So, and of course, we are looking into different kinds of system with the unmanned system to take on board also. And that will be the future.
Yeah,
no doubt about that.
Mentioning the future, in the near term, I understand that the Absalon-class will receive towed sonar upgrade.
That's the plan, yes. It'll be in this area, and the drawings I've seen by now, it's not finally decided, but this system is quite flexible. And if you place a total array sonar here, you will put some flexibility out of the concept. But where we end, I don't know. As mentioned, it's not finally decided which system and so on we'll get. But the total array sonar will make it a much more capable ASW unit. And the areas where we will operate in the future, I think the North Atlantic, the gap between Iceland and Greenland up there will be an area I think will be there a lot more than we have been in the past. Mm-hmm. And there the ASW capacity will be very, very effective.
Commander, we're now in the CIC. Thank you for giving us this exclusive access. How many sailors typically are stationed in the CIC?
In the CIC room, we are typically there's around 30 sailors connected to this area up here. Of course, they're not everyone here at the same time, but when we're at battle station, around 25 persons or so on will be in here. It's quite crowded.
Yeah,
they all of them have a dedicated position and dedicated job to do in here. That's the anti-submarine warfare row. Behind them, that's the anti-surface warfare the seats over there. And behind them, in the corner, that's communication and electronic warfare. To the other side, over here, we have the anti-air warfare. That's the air. Their primary focus will be. And behind them, the weapon station to control that. And in the center here, in the back of the room, we have the principal warfare officers. And their job is to merge all the information that they get from each of their area, air, surface, subsurface, and the electronic spectrum.
Commander, what kind of combat management system are you using, and which kind of weapon systems can you deploy?
For the guns, we have two Millennium, 35mm Millennium as a close-in weapon system, one in the front and one aft. And then we have the 5-inch gun also, 127mm as the main gun in the foreship. Furthermore, we have torpedoes, MU-90s, anti-submarine torpedoes. We have them on board also. The C2 system that we have on board is a Danish system called the C-Flex system, where we modularize all the information getting into the ship, and we are building the recognized air, surface, and subsurface picture in there. Yeah.
This is a missile deck with the 5 container positions, and normally we carry 3 positions with the SAM missiles, and then we have 2 positions with the SSM missiles. That's the Harpoon missile we have here, and the Sea Sparrow is the same. Okay, so that's the normal configuration.
All right. Exclusively Sea Sparrow missiles, no SM2?
Not here.
Okay.
This system is not cannot carry SM2.
Okay.
But on the Ivo Huitfeldt frigate, the other Danish frigate, they are prepared for the SM2. So, and I guess they will get some of them next year in the inventory also.
Denmark is about to procure new anti-ship missiles. will you get these new missiles or you'll stick to Aalborg?
I don't know what this ship, the Absalon-class, also has a certain age. We are commissioned back in 2005, so at a point we will be too old and it will not be cost effective to install a new system. But actually, I don't know, depending on the missile system, new missile system we'll get, how easy it is to configure to our ship. Maybe we'll get it, okay. So.
And where we're standing right now is actually just below the missile deck. So this is the container systems.
Okay, yeah, I see.
Yeah.
ESSM junction box. Okay. Commander, we're now in the hangar of Absalon. What kind of helicopter do you typically work with?
We normally work with the Seahawk helicopter, which is the maritime helicopter in Denmark. But we can carry a large variety of middle large helicopters, but the Seahawk is the primary one we carry. We can, here in the hangar, we can have 2 helicopters at a time, and there'll be a crew for them. They can do the maintenance and so on when they are on board. It's quite a large hangar.
Commander, Absalon looks like a pretty comfortable vessel. What's the crew retention like? Do Danish sailors usually prefer Absalon for the comfort on board?
Yes, they do. They like to be on board. But of course, there are things still that we need to do more about. For example, the internet connectivity. We have internet system on board. But the connectivity we have is both used for our classified system also, and the C2 systems, and it also has to be used for internet for the crew. The connectivity right now is not good enough. We need more. And right now we're looking into the Starlink system. Some of the Danish frigates has tested it on board on deployments, and for now it looks very, very good. Right now we are working on getting on board this ship, and hopefully within a month or so we have it here for the rest of the year. So in the future, I guess Danish frigates will have Starlink or a similar system, because it means something to the crew. And if you want the crew to stay here, they have to be able to get online, like all over the young people.
And they have a dedicated area, like a leisure room to use such.
There are places around the ship, and on the officers' rooms and on the middle leaders' room, most of them have a computer. We also have a library where there are old-fashioned books, actually also, but there's also an internet cafe down there. And so that's where they can go and go on the internet. And there'll be a Wi-Fi system on board also. They can get connected on their mobile devices also. When we get enough connectivity.
And nowadays that's very important indeed.
It is, yeah. Right now we are staying at the CEO's mess. That's my mess, and on board the ship it's quite a big ship, as mentioned, and it's flexible, and this is also a nice flexibility. So it's my mess, yeah. I have this. I use this for meeting with my the commanding part of the crew, and I live just next door to this. So this is my living room.
All right, very well.
Yeah.
Well, Commander Jensen, this concludes our tour on board HDMS Absalon. Thank you so much for your welcome and introducing your vessel to us. One very last thing, what is next for you and your crew?
Yes, right now in this year, 2024, this is a training year for this frigate. So the crew and the ship are being built up in a system, we call it the Danish Safety and Readiness Check. So it goes from where we start at scratch and build the crew and the ship up. At the end of the year, we should be fully, and we end in we finalize this in England at the Flag of the Sea training first, and we'll go there in a month or so. Yeah.
All right. Very well.
And we're ready to be for next year to go where the politician wants to send us. Yeah.
Very well. Well, again, thank you so much, and fair winds and following seas.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.